What do you need help with?
I need help putting this in.
Use the dog. Oh, no, that's probably not the clean. Here, come over here and use this. Got it. Look at, I put a Z bar in there. Boom. You'll have to, here, hold it up and I'll unzip it for you. Hold the whole thing up. I forgot that she was gonna have to put her ice pack in. So I zipped that up yesterday because I was like, oh, it fits perfectly. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's why I always have it unzipped.
Well, I have now learned, Kaya. You are much wiser than your mama.
Can you put this in my backpack?
Because we're great. I don't know.
You're great. You're great.
So...
You're great. I'm an idiot.
John came with me to drop Kaya off at school. He took a break to be with me. And to get me my first pumpkin drink of the season, even though it's supposed to be 90 degrees today. He drove us all the way to a further Starbucks that makes better drinks, and I was kind of annoyed, but then I got a free pumpkin muffin, so maybe John was onto something. Love. Anyways, it is actually the next day from where I finished the last vlog. I am very kind of sort of impressed with myself that I managed to remember to get my camera up and going again today. It's been fun. I always forget how much I like interacting with you guys after my vlogs in the comments, and then on Instagram when you DM me about the said vlogs while you're watching them. I always forget about how much like happiness that brings me, because I usually get in a rut where I stop vlogging, and yeah, it's kind of one of those things that once you stop doing it, you forget. And then once you get going again, it's like, oh my gosh, why did I stop this? I do appreciate all of the supportive comments in the last vlog. Everyone who could relate to my trying to find a job struggle as a work from mom. I keep calling myself a stay-at-home mom, but I have been working from home for 6 years and all of that. But for all of moms trying to re-enter the outside workforce, and all the moms and wives that are at home taking care of their husbands and their kids while they might not always be present. I appreciate all the support from you and all the relatable comments. So yeah, John did take a moment out of work to come with me to get coffee, which I appreciated, though we have bickered a little bit this morning so far.
I think if you told someone about what we were arguing about, they would just be like,
okay, so there's a lot of things that we were arguing about, but what it basically wrapped around was whenever John doesn't do something, like he makes a mistake, for some reason it always gets turned around into, well, you're just really specific. And it can't always be my fault. Like, yesterday I sent him to the store to get dried parsley, and he got lightly dried parsley, which is not the same thing. One's in the refrigerator, one's in the baking spice aisle, and I needed the one in the baking spice aisle. And when I ask for the one in the refrigerator aisle, I always follow it up in text message with the one in the plastic container in the produce aisle. But anyways, it got to the point of like how we were driving Kaya to school, and because he wanted to go the exact right way that I wanted, but I didn't even say I wanted to go that way. I just said, go whichever way you want. So anyways, basically, it's the age-old accountability. Whose fault is it, when really, in the end, like, I don't know.
it's always John's fault.
It's not always John's fault. It's always my fault for being super specific. I promised Ava that I would take her to the museum. Toledo's got...
You're doing that today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want to go because I've been to the museum so many times because I've lived here for so long, but there's a special exhibit that Ava really wants to go see that's like supernatural exhibit, I think, and Ava's really into art and photography, so I told her I would take her.
I think she'll bring her Polaroid camera.
I don't think you're allowed flash photography.
It has a flash, but she has to cover it for it to work.
Oh, is that? Well, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go do that since she doesn't have school, but I do need to respond back to a few work emails before, which I think is hilarious. Everyone's like, I watched your vlog and realized I'm not a fast typer like I thought I was. Because at the end, I'm like typing. So that is one skill that I will say I'm very proud of, is that I am a very fast typer. And when I really get going, I'm pretty accurate, especially with like a 10 keypad. When I used to work retail, I was like, didn't have to look. I was super fast with SKU numbers that were like 12 digits long. And I credit that with being an awkward child and nobody wanting to be my friend or take me to go anywhere or hang out. Because I, instead of hanging out with people like normal children with friends, played soccer and literally just came home and played Mavis Beacon typing game on our Windows, Dell, PC, whatever. Remember that game? Mavis Beacon typing.
I had to practice on an actual typewriter.
You're so old.
When I was in high school.
You're so old. So we had like a Mavis Beacon game at home that I think came free with our new computer, which it was, anyways, I'm back of the age of dial-up. I know some of you young people don't know what that is. You don't know the recognizable but anyways, so the Mavis Beacon game was basically, there's a bunch of typing games where like it's almost like Duck Hunt, like a duck would come up and you'd have to type a word really quickly or it wouldn't explode. There was like a grocery keypad one, which is how I got really good at the 10 keypad. Like, anyways, that's all I did as a kid. That's all I did. And then as an adult, you know, I started working in fields where I needed those skills too, so that increased them. But yeah, my typing skills are due to not having friends growing up. Forever my office mate. Are you my poochie? Are you sleeping with your eyes open right now? Are you awake? Nuna. You're not dead. Your stomach's moving. Nuna. There she goes. Oh my gosh. Hey, George. Oh, I don't know. Are you sleeping with your eyes open? Yes.
Swallowed by monsters. Honey, why don't you run it all? I was swallowed by monsters. Honey, why don't you run it all? Chest, roll it up in your pantyhose. Don't you stay here, keep the car in the parking lot. Sink it into the ocean, forget I ever was once your love.
So we're home and the museum was a lot of fun. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. The supernatural exhibit, I thought the first part was cool. I was more into like the ghostly kind of things. Towards the back, it was more aliens and spaceships and stuff that I wasn't really interested in. But there are all these new exhibits that I didn't realize were at the museum that were really gorgeous, as you guys saw. But I've had a lot of you guys ask me since my last vlog about, I had mentioned that I keep all of my overflow in my garage fridge, which I've never had a garage fridge up until now. The previous owners left this in the garage for us. You guys want to know like how I have like overflow in here. So did just recently go grocery shopping, so I'll show you the inside of the fridge too. But right now I don't have like the hyper organization like I do on the inside one because it's not as important out here. But basically the kids will, this doesn't go here, I'll put this up here for now. The kids will keep their lunches right here, like their lunch boxes, they'll stick over here so they can reach them, and then they keep their ice packs in the freezer down there. And then I saw this morning they'll grab their stuff and go. But yeah, so we do have our alcohol out here. We have some sodas for when John and I have the rare occasion of where we're craving a soda. John's excess coffees here. We have an issue at our local Kroger that for some reason the medium roast cold brew unsweetened does not stay in stock sometimes. So I try to like get 2 or 3 at a time and rotate them out so that way he always has them because it's cheaper than going to Starbucks. We have of course the orange juice that I refill. We have his creamer, and then I have my lactate milk. Like this is the old one and that's the new one I just bought, and that's what I refill on the inside for our carafes. And then Chobani flips were $1 today, so I bought 22 of them. My kids love them. So there's some in the refrigerator inside, and then the excess is in the door where they can reach them. They're juice boxes that is kind of like a treat. Sometimes they'll take water to lunch, sometimes I'll let them take a juice box. And then like my teas and stuff are in the door. So that's kind of where the overflow goes. I'm so excited to have the holidays here with this extra storage. And then down here we have just ice packs for when we go camping or for the cooler out on somebody's boat or our kayaks. And then we have the kids' frozen treats in here. This is actually usually better organized. I trusted the kids to put these things away, and this is what it looks like. And then this is our adult Freezy Pops in the door. Our garage right now is a huge mess. Please don't judge. From camping and kayaking and stuff, we haven't quite reorganized everything. Our refrigerator inside, this fridge obviously came with the house. Everyone's been asking what brand it is. It is a KitchenAid. I do like it. It's nice. It's got these like fancy functions where you can like measure fill and all of that. I don't really utilize that as much as probably some people do, but it does have its like dents in here that were here when we bought it, like lots of dents. Like if I could have my choice, I wouldn't do stainless steel again inside, to be completely honest. But like I said, this came with the house. I just restocked the fridge from our Kroger trip. All my condiments are in the door. I have my bagels and cream cheese up here. And then that's just our meat drawer. This is our yogurt drawer. So again, all the Chobanis that didn't fit in here are outside. And then my infamous Lazy Susan and carafes are in here. Eggs, all of that. I do need to go to Sam's and get more Lunchables because they are great there in bulk. And top shelf is our produce. Yeah, this is how I organize my refrigerator. Right now I am finishing cutting up red peppers because like I said, as long as I cut up and clean and organize all of the fruit and vegetables in the house, every single one of my family members will eat them. So we talked about this in the last vlog. It's just a little extra energy for me, but this is what being a mom is. It's making sure my kids eat healthy and get vegetables since I don't always cook them in our dinners like very well. My mom taught me growing up that you don't need to be like TV shows. It took me a long time to realize that you don't have to have 3 sides and a salad with every dinner. You can have just a casserole, baby carrots, and that's fine. Because I'm like that, of that mindset where I just have like sometimes just a main course. I mean, obviously sometimes I will make sides, but a lot of times I will just make a casserole. I like to keep a lot of raw veggies and fruits so that way the kids are snacking on those and during the day, so I don't have to worry about what they're not getting in the evening when I make dinner. Anyways, as long as I prep all of the veggies and the fruit, which does take work, I probably do this 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, but as long as I do this regularly, my kids will eat them, and that's all that matters. So sliced red peppers. Plus John and I have been using these in our wraps that we eat at lunch. It works out. What's wrong? Homework? Kaya's got her first thing of homework and it's hard. I mean, it looks like a lot of work, but Kaya's trying to like finish it all today, even though it's not due until when?
Monday or Friday?
Monday or Friday? That's
Next Friday.
That's a huge difference. Is it Monday or is it next Friday?
No.
Okay. But it's not due tomorrow, right?
No.
Okay. But she's working hard on her homework right now. But anyways, I have all the vegetables prepped. It's 5 o'clock. I'm exhausted and I need to get some work done since I spent the day out with Ava. And then I'm gonna make dinner. It's taco day. What? Middle name and last name. Get up on the table. You do not eat yogurt on the floor while watching TV. Mm-hmm. What did I make you for lunch yesterday?
Eggs and it smelled like Daddy's farts.
A hard-boiled egg and it smelled like Daddy's farts. And that's what I was afraid of when I packed it. So tomorrow we're gonna try, I'm gonna pack you a vegan wrap with veggies and all that with teriyaki sauce on the side, and we'll see how you like that. So what about meat don't you like, Kai? Is it the texture? Is it the taste? Is it because it's an animal?
But, all of them.
All of them. Fair enough. But you like tacos.
That's just like some meat.
Some meat.
It's mostly tacos.
Oh my gosh, Wyatt's laugh. I've been home for almost 3 hours. I just got done organizing all the food, making dinner, cutting up all the produce, and making some egg salad for sandwiches. Thank you to whoever suggested that. I'm super excited. It tastes so good. I found a really good, easy recipe. So I prepped some of that so that John and I have stuff for lunches for the next couple days. But I did get a package in the mail from a place called Bitchin' and Saucy, I think. They reached out. They're based out of California, but they're moving or launching into Ohio as well. So they asked if they can send me some sauce, and they sent me a fun little care package. They sent me some stickers, a tank top, a t-shirt, a tote bag, and all of these awesome sauces. They're made with almonds, which is awesome because this little girl...
What?
What are you doing?
Hungry.
So you're eating lettuce, tomato... Those are the garnishes for the tacos. Anyways, this little girl needs more protein in her life, so this dip is pretty awesome because almonds, there is lots of good stuff in them, and it's vegan. So anyways, thank you so much, Bitchin' and Saucy. I appreciate it. I will try these out and let you guys know how they taste. And then also, if we're talking about care packages, I do want to do a quick shout out to Betsy over at Dot Cup. Surprised me with more Dot Cups and more wash. As you guys know from my favorites video, that is one of my top 2 favorite daily use cups, and I had mentioned that like I'd given away all of my stockpile of them because I like to keep extra cups for friends or family or just strangers on the street who mention I really want to try a cup but I can't afford it, so I give them one. But anyways, I was down to my one last package one, so she sent me those. I appreciate it. They did redo their packaging, which is still just as cute if not more. But yeah, thank you, Betsy, for that. I got this really good comment on my last video. As you guys remember, I asked if anyone had any advice about why my dryer might not be drying all the way. The clothes get hot. They just, once the cycle's done, it's like a little bit, like they feel damp. And I actually got some really good advice from somebody who said that they own an appliance store. So thank you to that person with her husband. And she said that like the newer, like energy saver ones, which is what our LG is, has like a sensor that weighs the clothes or something like that. So once they get to not being so heavy because they've dried, it ends up like stopping the sensor. So I am excited to try a new downloaded version that I did to my app because like everything's connected on like the LG Think app or something. I downloaded a new cycle, and it's the very or super dry cycle. Why am I doing so many air quotes? And it turns off the energy saver. It dries on high. So crossing fingers that all my shit doesn't shrink. And I don't know how long it dries, however, for. So I'm gonna try that this next time go around. But yeah, I've always been really like cautious about drying stuff on like high because I don't want to like kill my clothes or John's or the kids's. So we shall see. But yeah, the museum itself though is gorgeous. I highly suggest a visit. It is free unless you want to do like special exhibits, which the only thing that we paid for to see with special exhibit wise was the, what was it called, Ava? What was the exhibit we went to go see? Supernatural America exhibit was the only thing that you had to pay for. I couldn't show you guys any of that because you're not allowed to have like cameras or anything in the private collections like that. But everything else that you saw was free, plus a ton more stuff. Like, I don't think Abe and I really saw everything. You can go anytime. It's a really great place. And actually, if you live in the area, they have like these kids workshops too for like little kids that we used to take Kaya and Wyatt to for free. So those are a lot of fun. I used to take the kids by myself every once in a while, see if I could meet some mommy friends, but it never panned out. Nobody really wanted to talk to me. I feel like such a loser sometimes. And the kids are cleaning up from dinner.
Hey, do you want to come with me, or what do you want to do?
John's got volleyball tonight. I mean, I do want to come, but it's a school night. Can we trust the kids to go to bed?
Will you guys go to bed?
No promises. Yeah.
She's lying.
Do you want me to come?
Only if you want to.
I hate when you answer me like that. Do you want me to come?
If you like it.
Why are you touching my face? I hate. You know how much I hate you touching my face. Ah! Ah! I'm not weird. You have dirty hands. My face is clean. I made John wash his face with my face wash. I think it was like last year. And he was like, oh, I've never done this before. He washed his face. Didn't know how to. It was like teaching a baby how to walk. He didn't know how to wash his face. And then he washed it and he goes, ooh, my face feels so smooth and soft.
I'm leaving.
We're leaving right now. Your game doesn't start for like 45 minutes.
No, we always get there at the last second. It's no fun. Come on.
What's fun about sitting out in the heat around a bunch of drunk people?
Which dog are you bringing?
The big one?
Alright, let's go.
Because the little one came
Come on,
last
big one.
time, and the little kids around her, like, poor Georgie. I think I talked about this. She did really well. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know this little story. But I took her a couple of weeks ago to John's volleyball game. And poor Georgie, like, the second I walked into the area, like, all these little kids just, like, surrounded her because she's little and she's cute and she's sweet, and everyone wanted to touch her and pick her up, and there's this little 2-year-old just like stabbing her in the eyeball and in the ear and up her nose and in her mouth, and I was just like, don't bite that kid, please don't bite that kid. And Georgie did really well, but eventually I was like, okay, stop touching my dog. But because I wanted to be nice, but I'm also not the hen mother. Like, I don't need to be babysitting other people's kids when my kids are at home. Georgie likes to be pet and cuddled and then like left alone. She's like the perfect second dog. She's the perfect second dog. Because if we had another dog like Nuna who needed attention all the time, we'd be screwed. Are you really seriously wanting to leave right now?
Yeah.
She's already got shoes on. Do you really want me to come?
Look, Nuna thinks she's going.
Oh wait, 7:30. That means you'll be done at like 9:30. So actually that's not too bad. Okay, I'll come. I come. Owie. Should I take them with us? Do you guys want to come with us? Go girl. Alright guys, so I am making Kaya's lunch and then also a snack for John and I before we go to bed. Didn't really get to vlog at all because the establishment we were at was playing a lot of amazing, albeit 90s music. They were playing a lot of loud 90s music, and so it's hard for me to like cover that up all the time, so I didn't get to film too much. And also there are a lot of kids. There are a lot of kids around, and if you know me and my vlogging style, I don't like to put other people or other kids in my vlogs unless they are very aware of it and give me permission to, because I think it's annoying when people just like randomly take pictures of you out in public without asking. So yeah, it didn't make sense to vlog a lot.
Wow, you got the spread going.
Well, I can't not make... When your daughter calls you and specifically asks you for a specific thing for lunch the next day, I feel like I can't let her down. Especially when she called me while we were out.
You're so pretty.
Huh?
You.
Stop it.
So pretty.
Stop it. No, seriously, stop.
No, you are. Pretty.
Well, the whole time we were playing volleyball, she was just, like, Nuna was just crying. Like, she was on the beach. She was just like, I mean, it probably was intensified because Zeb was there petting her, and then he also left. Anyways, you don't like beans, so I won't put beans on yours, right?
What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
Beans made it happen.
I'm literally just kidding. I say literally too much when literally it's not
I'm saying
probably.
that. Literally, I said words.
You know what? It's funny. I did really well when I was younger at stopping saying like every 5 seconds because my mom would point it out to me all the time and like say, why are you saying like so much? Stop saying like. And so I worked really hard to
Stop saying like.
think about what I wanted to say next instead of using like as a filler. Edited that video from last
Good
week.
like 3,000.
Holy crap, it's like every 10 seconds. I'm saying like. I'm like, oh, there it goes. It was terrible. I was so embarrassed watching it. And I'm like, okay. Oh, there it goes again. Ah! You want onion. What?
Zeb goes, home safe, homie.
Say, my wife says thank you for letting her know. I just want to make sure everyone gets home safe. Anything else that you think? Alright, this is good. Do you need to go outside? Do you go outside? Come on. Go outside. Don't eat any baby squirrels. Okay. You guys, again, this office is looking so much neater. Holy cow. I mean, I'm still using this chair as kind of a dumping ground for stuff, but I mean, it's a huge improvement to what it used to look like. And honestly, I think my philodendron is super happy up here. I moved it from the sunroom. It was hanging and now it's in a basket, but now I can more easily water it up here and it's getting a little bit more, I think, gentle light. There's Georgie over there in her usual spot. I have this theory that it wasn't doing as well in the sunroom because it was getting too much direct light. And now it's kind of getting more dappled light. We'll see though. Sometimes I've had the experience where some of my philodendrons go in reverse. They want more light and not less light. If I'm being completely honest, I think that every plant, just like every person, is different. Like just because it says it's a certain type of plant. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but like I've had the experience of buying 2 of the same types of snake plants and had them both in the same bedroom, and one of them did really well and the other one died. I don't know. I sometimes just feel like each plant is just a little bit different, which would make sense because they're living organisms. I'm about to go do a bunch of returns because I need to do a bunch of returns. I overbought storage and baskets for my shelves in my office from the last vlog just because I didn't know exactly how big. I mean, I roughly measured and knew kind of what I was working with space-wise. I know you guys are gonna yell at me that I did not put my seatbelt on until I was in my street, but there's no cars on our street. We kind of live in a little secluded area. But anyways, now I'm gonna rush to my P.O. box because I have not been there in quite some time. So there's probably a bunch of junk mail in there. Honestly, I don't really get a whole lot of stuff to my P.O. box anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna go stop by there, see what I need to do or clean out of that, and then I'm gonna go home, eat lunch, and I have a FaceTime hangout scheduled with Amanda. So, I hate 4-way stops. Nobody knows how to use them, and I can't go because this intersection is now blocked up because there's a light, and I'm not gonna be like these other a-holes and block the intersection even more, preventing other people from being able to go. And now this douchebag's just gonna go, you go right ahead, Silverado, you go. You need to get somewhere faster than I do, obviously. Nothing brings out road rage Kelly like a 4-way stop. Because I feel like 4-way stops are society's way of truly showing their true colors of whether they're extremely selfish people, nice people, or people who like to follow the rules, or both. Oh, and school drop-offs. That brings out all sorts of feelings for me as well. Back to that white Silverado that had to cut me off and not wait his turn. We both got stopped at the same stoplight, so he didn't get anywhere faster than me. So I got all the way up to the door and realized, oh, I forgot my mask in the car because I forgot to shove it back in my purse. And came back, went back in, and all that was in my P.O. box was a bunch of ads. I feel like I should just like close down my P.O. box, but I've had it for so long, and every once in a while I get a really sweet card, and during Christmas, y'all send me like these adorable pictures of your families for Christmas cards. It's worth keeping it open, honestly, just for the Christmas card, so I guess I'll keep it open. But it's just a pain because the amount of junk mail that goes in there. Like, who the heck is Robert Cox, and why are you getting mail to my P.O. box that I've had for like 7 years? Why? And holy crap, I think I've had that P.O. box for 7 years. Like legit, I just threw out a random number, but I think it has been 7 years. Oh my gosh, where is time going? I swear. I have no clue. Where am I? How do I get home from here? Something that I haven't really experienced in some time, because our house that we were at last time was probably the longest I've been in a house other than at my parents' house growing up. I forgot what it was like to have to A, find your way home from different directions to a new address, but B, also sometimes forget that you've moved. When I brought the kids home from school the first day, I almost drove to our old house because I was so used to the monotony of like going home, and it like in my mind for the last 12 years I've gone home to our old house. Now whenever I'm on my way home from somewhere, I have to make a point to be okay, which direction do I go that's the most direct to our new house? John actually admitted he drove to the old house on accident and pulled into the driveway even. Luckily I haven't done that. But every once in a while I get into the tunnel vision auto mode and so anyways, anyone else do that after they move? Drive to the wrong place? I remember when I switched apartments when I was younger with Ava. That was a fun one. I remember going home after picking her up from her babysitter, and it was really late and I was super tired. I had worked a double shift and I actually had to bartend that night too, so I was trying to rush home so that way I could get a little bit of sleep before having to go to work all night. And I remember driving back to my apartment, even though I'd moved to a townhouse in another city. And I got all the way to the apartment and started to unlatch her from her car seat and stuff and realized what I had done, because she was like, "Where are we?" And I was like, shit. That was a fun day. And I gotta stop talking to you guys. This is your fault. You guys watched a 40-minute vlog last time, so now I'm like, alright, fine, bring it. I will talk all the time.